This is KUGAN CASSIUS for iFL TV in association with Scott's Menswear and NGM Marbella. We're in Carson here ahead of the show this Saturday at the StubHub Centre. Fighting on that bill, I've got the one and only bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Hello, Deontay.
What's going on? Again, buddy. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, Deontay.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you give that English accent for this interview?
Hello.
Is that your English accent?
Hello. Hello.
What else can you say? It sounds Pakistani. What else can you say?
What biscuit in
What? Who's been teaching you English?
yeah,
I want to teach you a little bit round before we start.
Yeah, okay.
Just repeat after me.
Okay.
All right, mate. How you doing?
All right, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, you alright? You kushti?
Yeah,
You kushti?
You
Kushti, kushti.
kushti.
Yeah, that means are you good?
Cool,
Yeah.
you good,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
You all right?
kushti?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
kushti.
let me try. Oh, mate. Oh, you all right? You kushti?
Yeah, I'm kushti, mate. Kushti.
You want cookies and biscuits?
Yeah, cookies and biscuits, mate. Yeah, all sorted. Yeah,
Meat jerky.
yeah. What the fuck? Jesus, you stick to your.
Yeah, man. I'm
your
working on that,
American
man. How
accent.
you get a girl though? How you get a girl from, you know?
Depends.
What do you say to her? What's
Depends.
a line? What's an English line?
Don't know. I'm from a place called Essex, which is just outside London.
Yeah.
And the stereotypical Essex girl is, you know, blonde hair,
Blue eyes.
stiletto shoes, short skirts. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
like that?
So how would you get her?
So depends. If you know,
Like a freak.
I might go up to them and go like, "What's happening, girl? You alright? Yeah. Do you want to take a ride in my Ferrari?"
Yeah.
And then they come out and it's a Ford Focus. You know that one?
And what they do? Turn around and they keep going.
No, they're already in the car.
They
We're
already-
already on the motorway,
Yeah.
heading to the. You know what I'm going to say now? Heading to the Holiday Inn. Already heading there. Already
That's
heading there,
what's
Deontay. Deontay, you were sort of added to this bill late,
Right.
and I heard a little bit of you talking to the media earlier on. We know this fight with Severn is coming up, but you wanted to have this fight with Jason Gavin for the fans. You said.
Right. Yeah, definitely for the fans. Not only for the fans, but myself as well too. Like I said, you know, I didn't have to have this fight. I could have sat back and waited for this Severn fight. You know, because it's right here. We got the title shot. We can sit back and wait. But you know, I'm always good when I'm consistent. You know, and this has been the longest that I haven't fought. You know, I haven't fought since March, and this is a long period of time. By this time, I would have been in maybe my fourth or fifth bout. So you know, it comes to a time where you can train so much until it's time. Like, man, I need a fight. I want to whip somebody's ass. You know, and that's the feeling I had. So you know, I got with my people and I let them know that, you know, I want to fight. You know, and, you know, they was so about it because it was like, it's to the point like, why risk? You know, no matter who's the name, no matter what's the record, you know, everybody's a risk. Any heavyweight in the world, no matter who they are, they can come from the top or to the bottom, it's a risk. And I understood that, you know, but I wanted to get in there, you know, and a lot of people criticize who you fight and stuff like that, but I tell people all the time, you got to know the business out of boxing first. If you don't understand that, then you're gonna be confused about what's going on. You're not gonna know how to express yourself towards it. Because a lot of people thought I should fought the best of the best. I'm like, for what? I got a title fight lined up. For what? You know, we're fighting to you know, we don't want to label this fight as a warm up or a stay shape or knock the rust off. But even though that's what it is, but you got to take in consideration that he's still a dangerous guy. You know, because he's a heavyweight and with 10-ounce gloves he's gonna be on. And if he hit me right, yeah, I'm still human. I can get knocked out as well too, and I would be the laughing stock of the world that a guy that had a title fight but got beaten before making it.
How many fights have you had? 32? Is it?
This would be the 32nd fight.
32nd
Yeah,
fight.
so I'm 31.
Out of your 31 fights so far, who would you say is the most credible opponent that you have faced? Not the hardest, because
Right.
you've
Credibly, I would have to say Malik Scott.
Yeah.
You know, I would have to say credible Malik Scott. I think he's the most technical fighter in the world. You know, even though he got 2 losses on his record now, me and Derek.
Sure, yeah.
But Malik, awesome skills. You know, awesome skills, and you know, a lot of the thing about I got, you know, Ollie was my test. He was my first stone tester. You know, then with the Lahovitz was a former WBO champion. A lot of people thought I was gonna lose that fight. You know, being him a former champion. I even had Rain said, "Oh, this is my test. You know, this is gonna see what Wilder is." I finished the guy in the first round, and all of a sudden, oh, he's not, you know, that's what he wasn't that thing. This isn't that. People criticized that when it happened when Malik came along. This is it. We're gonna see what Wilder could do. You know, because they knew Malik, they knew how he beat the other guys that before facing me, and they said it was my test then, but the unexpected happened. Now I get criticized. Oh, he dove. This wasn't nothing. It's like every time that I get a name in front of somebody that could be a potential test for me, and I do what I do best, and that's knock out. Whether it was the first round or the beginning before the fourth round, it's like I didn't supposed to do that. It's like, and then when I do it, it's like I don't get no credit for it. So even with the Stavern, now I'm gonna hear a lot. Even before I said it, you know, it's gonna be a lot of people. You know, it's a lot of people with me on this fight. There's a lot of people against me. They said they think he's more proven because he beat Chris Arreola. And I tell people all the time, do your homework first. You know, do your homework before you say he have fought more better opposition than I. Do your homework. Go. I want people to go tally up his wins and losses against the guys he's fought, and my win and losses against guys I've fought. We'll see who come out with the better percentage. You know, and look at and then make your judgment then, because the only guy he has on his resume is Chris Arreola. That's it. And then my man, you know, I gotta give my man Ray Austin credit, which he was 40 something and still was whooping his ass all the way until he got clipped in the 11th round. You know, and and a guy that 40 something standing there, if Stavern was the real deal, he didn't supposed to stand there that long with him. You know, but people gonna say that because of what I'm doing. I'm knocking everybody out. That in this generation, that's unheard of. Nobody's not doing that. So I'm gonna take the fire. People are gonna take fire at me. I'm gonna get the criticized about all the opponents. Now, if I was 31 with 19 knockouts, I'd probably be the best thing going. You know, but due to the fact that I'm 31 over all knockouts,
all within 4 rounds.
All within 4 rounds, then it's gotta be something. But, you know, he's not doing this, he's not doing that. But you know.
Listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know, boxing fans, they pay to come watch you fight, or they watch you on a subscription channel, etc. Can you understand from their point of view? You're up to 31-0 now. You haven't had a world title shot yet, and the opponents being put in front of you, you are dismantling them very quickly.
Correct.
And impressively, you could say from your side of it. But can you see the flip side where, and I know you get it as well, because I see it on Twitter. I see, you know, you fight and then it's like Wilder's fought another bum, you know, oh, surprise, surprise, that sort of thing. But you know, can you see it from the other side of what people are?
You know, I'm the type of person that even in life though, I look on both sides. You know, and I understand what they're saying as well too. But you know, we're doing what we doing what we want to do. You know, we're running my career how I'm running my career how I want to run it, and my management, and we're all agreeing on how we want it. You know, if we wasn't doing the right things, I wouldn't be fighting for a world title. You know, and it's been a lot of fighters that have been in the game and haven't got it to a title shot. You know, I'm at a title shot, so I really don't care what people think or how they feel. You know, they're not putting nothing in my career. They're not supporting. They're not putting no money into me. You know, people can say, "Oh, we pay to see the fights and pay to see the," you know, that only goes so far. I'm paying an even greater price than you paying. Whatever you paying, what's the highest seat or the lowest seat? I'm paying for my life. I'm putting my life on the line. Yeah. You just never know what could happen. I can get hit in the wrong place and can't do this no more. Now I can't support my family. But you paying to see a show, you know. But the thing is, like I said, people don't understand the business of boxing, and for them to not understand the business of boxing and allow me to give them a pass, like, all right, what, you know. But as long as they're talking about me, I'm happy. I don't care what they say. I don't care what people think. You know, people say, oh, he can't take criticism. I can take it, but when I dash it back, can you take it? Don't get mad when I dash it back, and then you want to claim that I don't take criticism because I'm talking back, you know. But it is what it is, and we're here. We're here. Once we get that belt, now everybody will have to come to me now we'll see who was the real and who was the fake. You know.
Do you get the impression with some people that they're kind of waiting for you to trip up? They're kind of waiting for you to fall and
oh yeah,
you know.
Of course,
do you get that? You get that impression?
Definitely. I mean, that's just life, though, man. You know, even if I won boxing, whatever I was doing, whatever I would be doing in life, it's always somebody. It's somebody waiting on you to fulfill. You know, you get an opportunity to travel the world. You get an opportunity to interview boxers all over the world. Somebody envying you right now. Somebody, even though they don't like you, they're looking at your stuff and they praying the day that you can't do this no more. You know, I'm telling you, man, that's just how life is, man.
Shout out to them people.
Shout out to him. Shout out to my man KUGAN Haters, man. He doing his thing.
There's a few out there. I think there's a handful.
You know what I mean?
You know,
it's more than you think you know. You know, more than you know. And with the peoples like that, man, you just by killing them is with success, with victory. Still doing what you're doing, putting out these videos each and every time because I watch all your stuff. I enjoy you. Yeah, I think you're one of the best out there. So keep doing what you're doing. You know, and we got people like just like with if I wasn't boxing, whatever I be doing is somebody always sitting back like a vulture, waiting on you to fall. So when you do, they gonna come and eat you, man. Eat you like dead meat and happy. I'm talking about genuinely happy that you're down. So, but.
Do you know what, Deontay, obviously I live in England, I don't live in America, but from an English standpoint, there's that mentality in England, and I can say this because Kell Brook, who's fighting Sean Porter, there's a lot of people out there that want to see Kell Brook lose this fight in England, and I find that very difficult to believe. If you're a boxing fan from England, you haven't got to like Kell Brook. His promoter Eddie Hearn said this the other day. You haven't got to like him, but just, you know, the fact that he's one of your own.
Right.
And he's not, you know, he's not one of them people where people, you know, like Tyson Fury is a controversial character. Some people like him, some people don't. You can understand either way. Kell Brook isn't really one of them people, in my opinion. You should support your own. That's what I think. But there are many people in England that, you know, send Kell Brook messages. These are English people telling Kell Brook he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't see that mentality, to be honest. But
that's just the way the world is.
That's just the world.
Yeah. I guess that would make this big world rotate. You know, you got some that like you, and you got some people that doesn't, and some people that's gonna be with you, and some people that won't, and that's just the way the world works. You know, and we're in a world that everybody like to hear the bad instead of the good. The bad overweigh the good any day of the week. You know, and that's just the world we live in, man. It's a tough world that we live in. So I say as human beings, we ought to just work hard to be the best at what we do and what we do. You know, if that make any sense, you know, as far as whatever your job is, be the best at it, you know. Don't settle for nothing less. You know, I think a lot of people are not happy with what they're doing in life, you know, or some people have to do things that they don't want to do. Like some people have jobs, but they don't want to go to work, you know. I'm doing what I love to do. I'm being blessed. I'm highly favored and blessed to be able to do what I do, and I only box. I paid my dues, I paid my way. It was a point in time where I was working and boxing. But I worked hard. See, people don't know the story behind me. You know, I think if people really knew the full story behind me, everybody know about my daughter getting into it, but I worked my ass off to get where I am. I worked my ass off to be enjoying life like I am. I'm not one of those masterpieces where boxing was given to me. I'm not one of those masterpieces where my father and my great grandfather were fighters and it been passed down to me. You know, that's not my story. That's not me. You know, so every step of the way, I've had to work for this, and I'm just paving the way from the guys that's following me. You know, it's been hard. It's been tough. I got kids that I've been taking care of alone doing this. You know, even when I wasn't making money boxing, you know, still working hours and hours, 10, 12 hours, then still coming to a gym because I had the key and I was the only one there and stuff like that, man. That's why I take it so serious. That's why I'm doing the things I'm doing. So even when it's time for me to fight for the world title or fight that whoever want to say the lead is, I have no problem fighting. I ain't running from nobody because I know what it is to be at the bottom. I know what it is to work each and every day. I know what it is to get up in the morning and don't want to go to work, but I have to support my family. Absolutely. I know that feeling. So I ain't going back there. It's only to the top for me. And anybody step in that ring and think they're gonna beat me and put me back down there, I got something for them. They madly mistaken. I promise you that. So So it's just the beginning, man. It's just I got a lot of emotion now because people don't understand. You know, I'm ready for heaven, and I'm ready to go. I don't play around with nobody, no fighter, nothing. I'm ready, man. I know the feeling. This is me now. I'm enjoying my life. Like you get to do what you love to do, you know, and it's a different feeling when you get to do what you love and love what you do, man. It's no going back to that. Not for me.
Absolutely. Right, Stavern, what's going on? What can you tell us about when this fight is likely to happen?
Right, Monday will be the negotiation starts. That'll be August the 18th. That's when the negotiations start of far as where we want to do it and different things that, you know, place and stuff like that set up. But both parties has agreed. Of course, his side will have a little bit. It's like this. It's like his side will have a little edge because he's a champion, of course, and they'll try to have the more say so. But on the other standpoint of view, I am the draw. I am the headlining guy. I am the most popular guy. I'm more popular than he is. People are definitely. I'm the more of a draw than he is. You know, so negotiation is going to be. I think it's going to be kind of crazy. You know, and everybody know he got Don King, and Don King always known for full of tricks and stuff like that. But personally, I don't feel Don want him to fight me. Don never wanted him to fight me. Everybody knows that. Stavern may want to fight, just as, you know, he may got it in their heart he want to fight, but Don don't want this guy to fight. He haven't made no money off him yet.
Is there anything that Stavern Camp can do to avoid this fight next with an exemption or anything? No. Okay.
Can't avoid. He can't even fight nobody else without fighting.
Right. Okay.
You know, and if his hand wasn't hurting, if they weren't keeping us long, we wouldn't have even took this fight. You know, I only taking this fight because, like I said, because the fan and I'm waiting so long. You know, I've been ready to go since yesterday, man. I've been ready to fight. I've been ready to show what I got. You know, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to take that belt. I'm in reaching the most popular belt there is in this WBC. I'm ready to represent that. You know. But I respect that they taking off because of the hand, whether it's true or false. I don't care. As long as it is this year and it's going to be this year. They talking November, so we'll see what happens. It can be an easy thing when we go into negotiation, or it can be a complicating thing, as far as them nobody agreeing on being on the same page. The best case scenario happens that everybody agrees on one turn. We get this ball rolling. The worst case scenario is that no one disagrees and we go to a purse bid.
Right.
You know, when they go to the purse bid, then other things take place and stuff like that. But the thing about it, which the WBC sealed down, is that after negotiations, 30 days the fight had to take place. 90 days the fight had to take place. And after those 90 days still put us in late November, maybe early December. They say they want it late November, so I'm keeping that word to that no matter what happens. But it still put us in this year, so they can't wait to know next year or nothing like that. The fight is going to take place this year, you know, and that's the best thing that can happen. If they don't fight, it would be stripped.
Right.
So it's like what you do. I mean, it's like I'm guessing, and Dunn don't have the power he used to have no more. So he can't do all those tricks with the money and stuff, and Stavern ought to sit back and think how you think he got to the spot he was at. He always talk about Al Heyman paid for my rankings and stuff like that. Al don't pay for no rankings. You know, Al is gonna let his fighter fight. Only thing Al is credible for is getting his fighter to what they need to be, and that's on TV, and giving them the money that they deserve to fight for. You know, if you ain't a good fighter, he ain't gonna have you for anything for one. So he's not like Don King, known for paying for the rankings. He talking about my management paying for rankings. He ought to look at his own people. He ought to look at somebody that got a history of doing it. Now, if you got a track record, a history of doing it, and people knows that, then who looked the worst? Somebody that already been doing it for years, or somebody that don't have no kind of track of doing it? You just going off assumption because I'm always on TV, or his fighter's always on TV, or his fighter's always thanking him. His fighter's always thanking him because they getting the opportunity. Al Heyman allows you to live your dreams, you live your life, get the best. No, he's more for his fighters. And nowadays promoters are more for looking out for how much money they can get in their pocket under the table wise and stuff like that. That's why you got to understand the business. Even for a fighter, I tell the fighter, you need to learn the business before dealing with anybody, because most of these guys out here, now that's with the trainers, promoters, anybody, managers, most of them look out for themselves. You know, they smile in your face, but it always be deal made under the tables and stuff like that, or trainers always want to be seen on TV and stuff like that. And you ain't never seen none of my people get on those stage talking about what my fighter's going to do to him and stuff like that. We don't believe in talking. I can talk all day because I'm going to be the one in that fight. And you ain't never seen my people on no stage talking about what Deontay going to do, because they ain't got. They know they can't fight for me. You know, he got his trainers talking about I'm nothing. I ain't fought. This is what Stavern going to do. But we'll see. And like, they can't fight for the boy. You know, so we'll see. But it's going to be interesting. I'm waiting. I can't wait.
To your knowledge, where do you think the fight will take place?
To my, you know, we're not sure yet. Nothing has been discussed.
Where
I'm
would
going
you want
off,
it to be?
Yeah, it don't matter to me. So, you know, definitely not in Egypt. You know, Dunn wants to say he wants in Egypt. He already got the name King of the Nile. I think because he did the Thriller in Manila and the Rumble of the Jungle, he got everything planned out. But ain't nobody going to Egypt, man. It ain't even safe to go there. But Vegas would be a cool spot. You know, it's a fight capital of the world. They were stating that they wouldn't mind in Vegas, New York. I would guess yes, the Barclays Center. They said Quebec and Montreal. So, but I'm cool with all those places. You know, of course I would want it in the States though, being that I'm American, and I once claiming that belt, being from America, I'd be a full. The belts would be finally back in America. You know, so I would definitely love that, love the honor of fighting in America. You know, for it. So we'll see though. It's exciting.
So recently, Brian Jennings beat Mike Perez.
Perez, correct.
So the winner from yourself and Stavern will have to face
Brian Jennings. Correct. It's so ordered. And it's just like when I was waiting, you know, for Areola and Stavern. You know, they weren't able to fight. It's no match. When you're fighting for a vacant belt, it's usually when you're a champion, you fight, you get a voluntary, then mandatory. For a vacant belt, it's mandatory, and then if you win, then you go whatever. But you know, a lot of people was confused at first about that. But now, you know, rules have changed a lot. You know, WBC is narrowing down a lot of things. They're keeping their word to a lot of things. And they didn't have a double eliminator, which it's been fun, because for the first time you kind of get a schedule for as a fighter. Like, all right, I know what's next. You know, I'm fighting this guy. You know, it's been fun for the tournament kind of sort of like thing that's been going on. Yeah. So once I win, I'll have Brian Jennings, unless he Tyson Fury said after his next fight he want me, but you know. That's not. It's possible. Only way that would be possible if Brian Jennings sat aside and I said, "Hey, I want to fight Tyson Fury. Will you sit aside?" And we had to go just saying with because Stavern them, they wanted the Klitschko. I said, give me 10 million. Then you have my ears. You have my attention. So, but I'm sure Brian Jennings is not going to want to sit aside just like me. It's an honor to be able to fight for a world title. And once you get that honor and get that spot, you're ready to fight for it. So it would have to be my perfect world. This is how I would want it to go. I would want, of course, get the belt. Brian Jennings, get my mandatory out the way. Fury, and then maybe have a voluntary fight, and then Klitschko unify have a unification fight.
That would be your perfect scenario.
That would be my perfect world. You know, okay. Of course, everything don't work out as planned, and but in all my powers, that's what I'm gonna try to make happen, and try to go. You know, it may be switched up. Jennings, voluntary, then Fury, then maybe another voluntary, then Klitschko to get a little bit of money build up in there. You know, you gotta. But that's the order that I want to go. That's the plan for me. You know, I want to get my fans. You know, and I've been hearing my fans, and I also been hearing the haters as well too. You know. But I'm more on my fan side, you know, the ones that been with me for day one. You know, people always say it's a different for a casual fan than a hardcore fan. what's the hardcore? Half the hardcore fans don't know shit about boxing than the casual fans. So how can you overrate? How can you put yourself higher than the casual fan because you say you're a hardcore fan because you watch it all the time, but you don't even know the business about boxing. You don't even know how it works. You probably don't even know how to throw a perfect damn jab. You talking about, but I'm a hardcore fan. Anybody can claim to be a hardcore fan. That's nothing, But I love everybody, man. I love the haters and I love the fans that's with me because my true fans, they don't care who I fight. They just want to see me in the ring, man. And they'll forever have my love for that. And but the other people, I hear you. I'm ready to do it myself too. And here's the time now. All that criticizing and all that stuff. I know will come with the territory, but I'm telling you, everybody in the world, everybody that's listening, everybody that's gonna be listening to this, man, criticizing me, it's only making me laugh. It's not getting to me at all. It's not that I can't take it. Even when I'm on Twitter, when I comment back, that hey, you got your opinion, and I'm gonna express mine too. If mine's stronger than yours, if you can't take it, then hey, leave me alone. I didn't come on your page and bother you out of your lovely day. Don't mess with me, Oh, you can't take criticism because I said something about your mom or or something like that. Leave me alone too.